using fire arrows. See, this is why we wanted it to be raining if they're using fire arrows.
To battle!
Shooting at them. Fire! How are you doing? Are you getting burnt?
The enemy approaches!
20% fire damage. It could actually do some very serious damage here. Because I think they can still burn down the siege towers even when they're up against the wall.
Our men have turned tail and run! The cowards!
No, jeez.
Spearmen!
Alright, spearmen. So far, this is not entirely going to plan.
Making hay! On the double! Faster! On the double! Crush them! Feed!
Just
out of the earth! Archers! It's a chance!
You lot. Just make sure to do that. Charge. I mean, thankfully all the guys that I've sent up here are hard hitters. But they're gonna have a difficult time with it. Okay, thankfully they've positioned their archers really poorly. Look how they're shooting up. When they're shooting up like this, they're really inaccurate. You definitely want your archers shooting horizontally for the most effect.
Battle awaits us! Don't hold back! Strike now! Blood warriors! Ready! Attack! Quick march! Hit hard! Enemies beware!
Right, reinforcements are on their way in.
The enemy's gates have been destroyed!
You rush in there, spearmen. Let's do this. I mean, those spearmen, more than anything, are just drawing fire.
Ready for war! Blood warriors!
Shoot a few of them. What are they? Sword herdmen. Yes, we want to hurt them.
The enemy's attacking our ally! Swordsman!
Alright, it looks like we've breached the wall. We'll start pushing out from here.
Get them! See! They flee before our might!
Oi! You lot. Not you. Attack them. Attack them. Not you. You keep going that way. You attack them in the back. Go, go, go! Actually, it looks like I might be able to get my cavalry in. Go! Oh, now we have them being shot from behind. Right, who is shooting my general? That would be you. I would much appreciate if you would stop doing that. Let's go and position the general right there. Oh no. Well played, AI. Well played. Put long axemen in the way of my spearmen as they come through. Those archers.
The enemy's tower has been destroyed.
Alright, so we've got them under attack. They are causing my spearmen problems. My spearmen here are going to take some serious hurt.
Battle awaits us. Eager to fight. Hurry it up. Eager to fight. The settlement is on fire.
I know nothing of this being on fire. Totally not my fault. Wasn't me.
Yours to command.
Oh wait, these are long axes. No, you guys should be over there. Let's move you forwards. I know they still have some spearmen over here. I'm just going to hope that... Oh, hello. Oh, those are the Mercians. Haha! I was like, attack them, attack them! And my men were like...
We have captured the gates!
Right, that means the gates aren't shooting at me anymore. Oh, you're in for a bad day here. Dear. Ooh, and the Mercian cavalry hit at the same time. Right, I'm going to get in behind them. And you lot charge in behind them. So you know that thing where I attacked them from behind last time? I'm doing that to them this time. There's still 300 odd men left. Mercia, if you would do the honours. What the hell have you done here, Mercia? We're supposed to be fighting a siege, not burning a city.
See! They flee before our might! Yours to command!
Actually, I don't really care if we kill them all or not. What I should really be doing is marching the centre here. Which it looks like is what Mercia is doing. Send the archers off to go and chase them. Archers move quicker. Who's that? Spearman.
We're capturing a victory point.
You can't help against those guys. Mercia is going straight for the capture point. They're like, we don't care if there's a troop here. It's fine. Here come the cavalry. Go on then, charge. Charge. Oh wow, look at those numbers go down. Yeah. Just need these guys to break, and then we win. Oh, they have broken. What the hell's left? Broken. Still something. Oh, you. Alright then, cavalry. I have a job for you.
Defend the town!
Defend the town, they say as they knock down all the buildings. And there it is. Didn't think they'd survive that. Well, thank you for your help there, Mercia. Unexpected, but appreciated. 267 kills for the Royal Thanes. 200 each for the long axes. I do love my long axes. 256 for the cavalry. Not bad for a siege. Ooh, I lost a unit though. That's fine, those are easy to replace. Occupado. Heimleborg is dead. So that's all of the major cities of those factions gone, so we just need to take the miners now and then we're done.
All forces in good order.
Furthermore, we need to hire one more of you. Although I might just stop getting the feared axemen and just switch to the mailed Saxons. You are actually better in every way. Yeah, we're just going to replace these wholesale, I think, with these. You could even get an Earl's Thane. No, the Earl's Thanes I'm going to leave for the King, I think. Just grab one of those. That'll do. Because I might want to give Alfred some too.
Do our utmost.
You've already got 2 of them though. That's fine, you can have 3. Then I might get rid of these 2. Because they basically fill the same role as the spearmen, but I have more spearmen, they're cheaper. They're a lot cheaper. And the spearmen have your anti-cavalry ability. Axes have a lot better charge. Axes have better shields. Slightly better armor. And slightly better morale. And these are only the tier 1 spearmen. These are actually the tier 2 axes. They really are kind of rubbish. Especially, well, I know why I consider them rubbish. Compare them to the Viking axes? Yeah, of course they're going to be bad. Alright, so Middle England, which is Northampton, is a really big city. Let's get all the repairs going. Definitely gonna tear down the tithe barn. I don't know why the AI likes those so much. So we're gonna tear that down. We can replace something here. Possibly the watermill? Ah, it's watermills that provide farm income. So I might want to replace the granary in Hampshire with a watermill. And this place is mining, so I almost certainly want to have a church. And then I will need to hire a new person. Do we have anyone who is any good? A defender, +5 unit morale when defending. Considering Northampton's like right in the centre of the world, sure, we'll do it. You any good? You actually have a pretty good command. You'll do. Earning 8,000 a turn. These guys are so much wealthier than East Angle. Ah, Winchester upgraded. There we go. Nunnaminster, +5 public order, +300 income. Yes, I will have one of those, which is then further compounded. Oh no. That's in Swither. Hang on, can I actually build a church here? No, so I can't modify it with a church modifier. I could, however, modify it with a governor. That's going to be nearly 700, so yes, we want to have that modified. So who of my governors has the church mods? Pious, that's church increase. You're a negotiator, that's not what I wanted. Preacher, you are. Where are you right now, Elfric? You're in Norfolk. Well, you're not anymore. And what are you doing again? You're a lesser. Well, Elfric's back in Hampshire, which is where I think he was anyway, plus he has a level 8 governance, so Hampshire is suddenly going to become a very, very wealthy city for us, or our province. Then Norfolk has a church. Why did I think it was a good idea to bring a church person here? Maybe because one of these is church? I mean, this kind of looks like just a bog standard negotiator type location. Elfwood's still waiting for a new army. Edwig? Edwig's a lesser. There's only one farm here, though. You are a negotiator. You have a farm. You have 2 farms. This is Hampshire. You have 2 farms. You have a lesser. And what I should be doing is checking who... Right, you're a minor. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Hampshire we already know. Fens. Fens is a farmer, but he doesn't actually have any bonuses. He's also strict. Crap. This in the Fens is really bad. You're going to get fired just for that. Because it's hard to keep the Fens happy. So, you are fired. So the Fens also need somebody. Whoops. You're strict. Norwich, how easy is Norwich to keep happy? Norwich would be quite easy. Because they're currently struggling with occupation, but then they have no negative places and they have a church. So this would actually be quite good for Rixie. So we'll put you there. And then the Fens, I guess, Edwig? I really wish it showed you what industries were in each place on that screen. Preacher, minor, lesser, negotiator. I feel like Canterbury's negotiator should be in the Fens. So, etheric. Canterbury, fire, Fens, gets etheric. Canterbury gets Edwig. Except he's a lesser, hang on. Canterbury does not have farming. Wessex doesn't either. Norfolk does. Some. Yeah, I think these homelands are fine. It's going to be between these guys. Is the Earl of Finchbury a playable general? I don't think so. How many factions are there? 10. So there are 5 different cultures. You have the Anglo-Saxons, the Great Viking Army, the Sea Kings, Vikings, the Gaels, and the Celts. And then each culture has 2 playable factions. So for example, the Anglo-Saxons are Mercia and Wessex. The Great Viking Army is Northumbria and East Angles. The Celts are Gwynedd and Strathclyde. The Gaels are Mead and Searsen. Then the Sea Kings are Dublin and Sudavenga. Is the game out already? Yes. Got to play with your Viking-themed Goliath. Things went poorly. Do not compel the boss in the first session. Yeah, that sounds like a bad idea. Slashing and burning a defensive strategy. Where was it? Slash and burn a viable defense strategy. Yes. Very viable. Especially if you're playing as one of the Viking factions who actually get more money for doing that. So you can go around burning and pillaging all of your enemies' cities and you can make a pretty good profit, especially as like the Sea Kings where you can jump in and out with your ships. I would imagine DLC will add additional factions such as Sussex, Orkney, Powys, etc. Probably. I really, really hope that one of the DLCs adds religion. Like, that is something this game is sorely and quite obviously, like, missing. Alright, what the hell was I doing? Oh yeah, governors. I mean, we could put this farmer guy in Norfolk. Oh, he's already got a farmer. Right, so who's got enough? Canterbury. So does one of these have a farm? Norfolk does. You know what? Middling will probably be the best one for the farmer. Especially if I do end up putting a mill here, because we have a fairly high level farm already. So Northampton is being fired. That guy is going into Cambridge. That was you. Then Edwig is going to Middle England. There we go. Done. Loyalty issues. Do I have estates to give away? Yes, I have one to give away. To one of you three. You've already got 2 loyalties, so Edwig's going to be the one to get it. Alright, so we just have the one guy who's a little bit pissy. We should be able to deal with that. Building needs repair. No, it doesn't, because I'm tearing it down. A couple of places have low public order. That's fine. Next turn. I need help early game. What's the best faction, would you say, for hard? East Angle, I would say, has been the most fun that I've had so far. Wessex is a little bit easy. Sersen was kind of easy. Mercia might be a good one. Call to arms. How can you guys stop being attacked? My war fervor is like -40. So Gwent was attacked by Gwynedd. Fine. I have a feeling this is the difficulty that Wessex has. Is even though they may have consolidated their land, they're so big and expansive, they're just constantly being attacked. Big Boy Ben, thank you very much for the follow. EMC Gold, thank you also for the follow. I'm just hoping that Mercia are some decent sized armies, because they're the ones that are going to be dealing with Gwynedd the most, and Gwynedd have amazing archers. So I've been struggling with the Danelaw archers. Those are Viking archers, and Viking archers historically sucked. So when it comes up against the Welsh longbows... 2 tithe barns destroyed in 1 turn. I would call that a good turn. Ooh, but I could now maintain a 3rd army. Might well want to do that. Although, with my war fervor, I'm still suffering -50% replenishment.
In good order.
Alright, so my minions are taking over these territories. Windermere is not in one of mine, so I don't care. Buckingham, however, is. So I definitely want Buckingham.
We await your commands. Quite so. Agreed.
Oxford, I assume, is in Doncaster's, yeah. So I want Oxford as well. You... Hang on. Once I've taken Oxford, is that the end of my fight over on this side? Yeah, because you guys are going to take that, that's fine. Then all I need to do is take out this one province, and then I can focus entirely on Wales. That's really annoying. I would now be... Oh no, I'd still need to take Liswick out. But I would essentially be at peace. Damn it, Wales! Stunbidle, thank you very much for the follow as well. Stu Stone... Stu Stonebidle. Stu, thank you very much for the follow, Stu. What's the best technologies, would I say? Generally the Militex I found to be extremely strong, these ones. They are huge improvements to your military. In terms of civic, industry and agriculture are both very good. The other ones are a bit eh. Actually, I haven't had any community ones, to be fair. What do I need to do for this? Upgrade within the monastery chain. Okay. Because I've never built a library. My people don't know how to read. So industry allows you to get tool makers, which are basically just generic industry money improvements. Then the agriculture lets you get the watermill, which is basically a tithe barn and a granary in one building. It's great. Ring Zero and Sino, thank you very much for the follows as well. Or Shorno. Probably Shorno.
The men have trained for this.
Right, Alfred. Alfred, you are going to need to move towards Northampton. Unless, of course, there are some troops that I want you to recruit before you leave. Nope, there aren't. What I'd really like is for another Thane. Right, you head on over to Northampton. I have 11,000 to spend at this point. Right, so we have fully developed the fens. I would say I'd really want to improve the mines there, but that's generally a bad idea. Let's improve you. Let's improve you. Middle England, you do have a negative. You still have a tithe barn. Let's knock that down. And then Somerset. Somerset is doing well. Let's upgrade the tool production. And a silver mine. Then a monastery to placate the people. That's the granary. Do I want to upgrade the granary or do I want to flip that now to a mill? I kind of want to flip this over to a mill, I think. So building browser, market, no. Industry? Farm. So the mill. +2 suppliers. +2 suppliers. This costs money. Also produces 30 food. This produces 15, plus 10% production for furs, which goes on throughout, plus 10 tradable resource production from all industry, and plus 10% from farms. We have farms, we have a lot of industry, and a lot of resource production, pottery and lead. So yeah, this definitely wants to be a mill. So Wiltshire mill, remind me, chat. And then we can build a building here. I wish I knew what those were. Then I can make a better decision about what to build here. I mean, generally a mill is a good option. A martyr's mint. Hang on, that's a unique building. No, we should totally be building that. 115 from the market, which is then modified by the market. Yeah, we'll get the mint. The fens, -7, occupations -9. That will actually be positive. Awesome. And that's wild for people hate me because of the war fervor penalties. Alright, cool. Sorted. Sure, no. That's okay. Yeah, you would need a fairly decent rig to play this. I mean, one of the things that you absolutely have to do with any of the newer Total War series is you basically have to install it on an SSD. If you install it on a regular hard disk, the load times are ridiculous. Like, even with an SSD it can be a while, but on a hard disk it's crazy. If I enjoyed Rome 2 and Attila, how will this fare? If you enjoyed Attila, you will love this. Like, I still maintain Attila is the best of the historical titles so far, and I really, really like this, and I really, really liked Attila. So this is basically the obvious successor to Attila. It's not quite a big scope. It doesn't have some of the things which Attila had, which are really nice, like regular navies, but it does everything else really, really well. So it's fine. Worried because people are saying this game is not cost efficient. I would disagree with them. I really like it. But then I do know that some people don't, so... Personally, I would say yes. What faction did I first play when you started the game? Started the Sea Vikings in Ireland. I first started at East Anglia, which are the Great Viking Army in East Anglia. What's an SSD? Is that like an extra hard drive? There are two hard drives. There's the mechanical hard drive, which tend to be cheaper and bigger. And then there are the SSDs, or solid state drives. They're just faster. They are much, much faster. Looking to get this game, trying to get a bit more into strategy games. I find it too easy to reload saves, which I find which I hate doing. Well, Shauno, what you need to do there is resist the temptation. Fortrio's dead. Windstorm. Strong gales have ravaged this province. Many homes have already been destroyed and it will be difficult erecting new ones during the storm. Increased construction cost. Where? No! Hampshire! That's irritating. Construction complete. The grain silo. Good, because I want it to go down another level. Trade gained carpenter. Demolition complete. Grange. That was Northampton. So Northampton now has the additional build slot, which we could well do with a mill. That was here, wasn't it? This was the mill. And we have developed missile specialists, which means we can upgrade our archers, which is going to be great. Oh, I can tell I've had my window open today. Hay fever!